right, what's up everybody? Brendan here. I just wanted to do a review of the Galaxy's Edge Savi's Workshop lightsabers that you can build at Galaxy's Edge. The reason I want to do this review is that I have two of the same theme, the same style of saber that are the old parts and the new parts. And so I'm going to do a little review of what has kind of changed in the power and control theme. Now, there are four different themes that you can pick from: peace and justice, power and control, which are these, elemental nature, and protection and defense. So when you go to build your lightsaber, to your appointment to do so, your reservation, you get to choose what theme, what style of hilt you want to build. They actually have a cabinet that has drawers with the four styles of lightsabers that you can build. So you can actually pull out the drawers and look at the pieces. They are permanently mounted in there, but you can look at the pieces to decide on which style you want to build. Then, once you have chosen your style, you will tell the cast member that is at that desk area, the reception area for Savi's Workshop, and you will then get a pin that will be something that you have to display on your person when you go in, so that they know which pieces to pull out, because they have all of the pieces for each lightsaber style underneath your building desk area, your workstation, and then when they see your pin, they will know which style to pull out whenever you get to your workstation, so that you will have your choice. Now, whenever you go to build it, you actually have a choice between two different styles for each of the pieces, and I'll go over the pieces as well on each of these and show you what is different between the two. So the reason that I mentioned the old and the new is that I think it's April of 2023 they actually updated the pieces for each of the styles. And so I have one that I built a few years ago, and then I have this one that I built just a few weeks ago with the newer style pieces. And so we'll take a little look at kind of what the differences are and the difference between the fit and finish between each of the old and the new sabers. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the blades here. Whenever you build a lightsaber, you get a 31-inch blade. It's really weird that it's 31 inches because most of the other ones that you will see are 32 to 36. So if you buy one of the box lightsabers, like one of the Rey Skywalker ones, the Anakin looking hilt basically, or the Luke looking hilt, that will come with a 36-inch blade. If you buy a legacy lightsaber, you have to buy your blade separately, and that is where you actually can choose your blade length. And like I said, this is 31, these are 31 inches that it comes with when you buy a saber. So I don't know, it's kind of weird that it's 31 inch, but you can go, of course, to Doc Ondar's or order on the Shop Disney website to get your longer blades, or if you just want more of these shorter ones, that is quite all right as well. So let's take a look at these two hilts. Now, looking at the older hilt, I'm pretty sure that you could actually kill somebody with this. This is such a chunk of metal. It wouldn't take the blade, it would just be the hilt. This is something that is really hefty, and it's really rather thick, I will say. Now, the thing is, this is pretty much as good as you could get for something that is mass produced, that Disney created for everybody to be able to build their own lightsaber. So it has got a inside core to it. So I'll take all of these off here to show you. So you've got your inside base, and then of course you have these pieces that you can add onto it and arrange in any way that you want to. So you could take this piece that I had on the bottom and put it at the top, and you could put, you know, a different pommel on there, different emitter, but that's where you get your choice at the beginning whenever you choose between the two pieces when you're building. And then on the inside you have your kyber crystal, and the kyber crystals are interchangeable. That is the cool thing. You can change it out to get a different color. So each of these blades are RGB, not really RGB, it stands for red, green, blue, and then those LEDs can combine in any combination to create any other color, and if you turn them all on at once, it's white. So it's not like a pure white blade. If you have a black kyber crystal, you can actually get white out of it, but I don't think that it actually turns straight up white. I think it actually just uses a combination of all of the colors turned on at once, because that's how you get white, but I don't know. I haven't actually gotten a black kyber crystal. That would be fun. So if anybody wants to donate one to my cause, then feel free. So anyways, right now I have the purple kyber crystal in each of these hilts. So you start with this core, and then you choose your emitter, you choose your upper grip, you choose your activation matrix, you choose your bottom grip, and you choose your pommel. And like I said, you get 2 choices for each of those, except for this one. I'll explain in a minute for the new one. But anyways, this is what you start with, and you build out your lightsaber. And it is a little bit thick, I will say. And that's the reason that I will say that the experience with the first time I did it, the experience is worth it, but the lightsaber that you get is not. Now I'm gonna answer that question for the new one as well once I get to it, so stay tuned. I will tell you if I think that this is worth it for the lightsaber now or not, so stay tuned. But yeah, originally I would say it's a really cool experience. The experience is fantastic. You get chill bumps. The cast members that do it are very, very good at what they're doing. And so it's a really, really cool experience. And I would encourage you to do it for the experience alone at least. And so the experience itself has not changed, just the pieces. And so, yeah, I'll get to this one in just a minute. So originally, I would not recommend it just for the lightsaber. It's great that you get the lightsaber out of it, but the lightsaber is not worth it alone for the price tag, because when I did it first and built this one, oh goodness, I think it was like $220-ish, right around that mark, $220-ish maybe. Yeah, I think it was about $215, $220. Now, however, it's like, I think I spent $260 something on this experience. So the price tag has gone up significantly, and that is something that I am not really happy with. But anyways, I will give them props that whenever you have these pieces together on the first gen build your own lightsaber, that they fit, oh there it is, they fit really well. They don't necessarily line up, so they didn't really design. They actually solved that in the design. Most of the pieces don't have things that you want to line up specifically on the saber. They're mostly just the same design all the way around, so you don't have to worry about that. And so in this case, things don't necessarily line up, like the cover tech wheel doesn't line up with the center or side of the saber at all, and that's okay. Here we go. So yeah, the fit and finish of each of these pieces, they are metal. They're heavy duty. They can take a beating. I will give them props for that. The size of the saber is the one thing that I'm not a big fan of. And so that was the reason that I would say that originally that experience, the experience itself was worth it, the saber not necessarily. So now let's talk about this one. Now this is power and control as well. I just like the design. These pieces are beautiful. It is really cool, the new designs that they have. But let's take this apart here. I'll show you that this is indeed the same lightsaber core, the same core that they had before. So these are like identical. You can take those pieces, put it on this. You can take these pieces, put it on that one. Same core, same thing. Nothing has changed or improved there, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's not the biggest deal. So I'm gonna put this back together. Whenever I actually went to build this, they were out of the other switch option for power and control. So I got to choose between this switch or this switch whenever I built this one. So, oh well, it is okay. You know, maybe next time I do it, I'll get another choice. I probably won't do the same exact one. But I will say, as far as this one goes, like I said, I do love the newly designed pieces, but they've changed the thread pattern to make it where design elements of each of the pieces actually do line up. So you can have symmetry in your lightsaber, which is really cool. However, because of this change in design, certain pieces are not necessarily holding on to other pieces. And so there's a play in the pieces that's not present in this one. So this it's all really nice and tight. This, however, so pieces do line up, like I said, which is nice. But, so the top of this grip, it actually is not making any contact with the bottom lip of the emitter. I mean, it looks great because everything lines up. However, it's a little bit flimsy, a little bit of a wiggle there. So if you're fighting with this, you feel that handle piece moving. And even then, since this is not connected to that, you can actually, and this is as tight as it'll go. This will just freely spin. If you tighten it down, it still really easily just spins. So I will say that the pieces, they are not quite the same level of fit and finish as the original one. And that's something that is rather disappointing. But they have thinned down the pieces. They have gotten it where the sabers are just a little bit longer because of the pieces. They look a little longer. So it's probably just because of the pieces I chose, but you can see that this is a little bit longer. So it feels and looks a lot more like a lightsaber hilt that you would see on someone's belt in the movies. And so that is something that I do appreciate about this. It is interesting that the little design here is actually the same design as the pin that you get. So this is the power and control design. So it's kind of funny that they have it actually incorporated on the piece here. I'm not sure if they have it on the other Switch piece because I didn't have that option, so oh well. But yes, I will say that I do appreciate that all the pieces line up. I do appreciate the design is new and it looks really good. This looks like some Sith lightsaber, something Imperial, and that is something that I love. It fits in really nicely. And you know, this was fun, but this is just kind of meh. And this was kind of the better of the options whenever I built this one. This one though, and the other pieces were really nice. And so I will say that the new pieces look a lot better than the old pieces, obviously, as you can see. So there's a lot more going for this saber than there is for this saber. Now the question, do I think that the experience and the saber are worth it this time? So like I said, with the original one, the experience is worth it. The saber, not so much. With the new pieces, I would say that the experience is worth it still, and the saber is actually worth it this time. Because of the upgraded pieces, everything looks so much better. And like I said, you know, it feels really good, even with the spinny pieces and stuff. That's something that I don't really know how to fix, so I don't know. Like I said, they changed the thread pattern of the pieces so that everything would line up nicely. So, you know, you have symmetry in your design, all of that down a center line, which is great. And then I like the grip pieces better here too. Yeah, I don't know. That's the one thing that bugs me, and everything being a little bit loose. But you know, you're not gonna be building these and buying them in order to be doing a lot of heavy dueling, probably. I don't know, you can fight with them. But you know, if you're doing this, you know what you're getting. You know that you're getting something that is not going to be super, super, super high quality, like a NeoPixel saber or something. And I have a couple of those and I love them. The problem with NeoPixel sabers is that the blades are so stinking heavy, it's actually hard to duel with them. So something like this, or the Legacy lightsabers, are definitely what you want to do if you want to do some dueling. Now, it's interesting as well, probably just because this older blade is several years older. They are slightly different colors, so let me see here. This one's purple is just a hair more pink than this one's purple, the new one. And so, I don't know if we'll be able to actually capture this on camera. I will try to with a B-roll shot. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that the colors are just slightly different. Also, the older blades, you can see that it is actually not color mixing all the way down onto the inside of the base of the blade. With the newer blades, they have fixed that problem. So the color mixing goes all the way down. You're not seeing any colors from individual LEDs. Like I said, they create certain colors by mixing a couple of different LED colors into one, and that creates the color that you see. So this is a lot better with the new blades than the old ones were, so I'm appreciative of that as well. You still have your flash on clash, same thing with the older one. Sounds like I wonder. The sound effects are the same, and it may be just because of the pommel cap being different for each of these. There's a hair of a difference in the sound as well. Again, it's probably just the age. This is an older speaker, this is a newer speaker. I'm pretty sure that everything on the inside of these is exactly the same. And you know, I don't blame them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that is something that is all right by me. So yeah, there's my little review of each of these lightsabers, the new and old designs from Power and Control. If you have a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. And as well, you know, tell me if you have gotten the old one and the new one, what you think between the old and the new pieces. Which ones do you prefer? Hello, Mirabelle. And say hello to Mirabelle as well. Leave her a comment. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope that this has been a fun little dive into the old and the new ones and seeing the differences, at least in this particular style. And I want you to stay tuned to check out our vlog video from Animal Kingdom. That's going to be the next video uploaded on this channel. Once again, my name is Brendan. Thanks for joining me, and may the Force be with you. What can I cut with these? If I hit something sufficiently hard enough. There we go.